Hey everybody, it's Rory from ANSgear. We're going to take a look at the BT battle-tested TM-15 limited edition today. This is in the E-Tex print. So let's go ahead and open it up and look inside there. So you're going to get gun manual and Apex 2 barrel manual. Kind of gives you some explanations on how to use the barrel, how to use the gun, obviously. Underneath, we're going to get our gun. Let's pull this bad boy out. A lot of foam going on there. So with the gun, you're going to get your barrel sleeve. Quite a nice parts kit right there. Lots of pieces inside there. Lube, battery, screws, O-rings, detents, poppets. That's super nice. And then our Apex 2 barrel. So let's move this out of the way. So the gun itself is going to be based on both this gun, the TM-15 and the TM-7 are based on the Mini and the Axe platform. So internally they are very similar in bolt design, function to those other two guns. The configuration of the parts is a little bit different in order to get it to be as it sits inside of here, but the overall idea of how the gun works is the same. So getting it out of the box right, you can see the stocks on it, the front and rear grips are on it, the feed neck, foregrip, everything comes already set up on it. The only thing that's not on is the barrel. So basically, all you need to do is put a battery in the gun and you're ready to run. So we'll kind of work our way around. We'll start from the top, start from the back. Stock is collapsible, multiple positions. You can move it around, adjust it any way you want. To adjust velocity, first thing you always want to make sure that this gun, as well as the TM-7, the Axe, the Mini, these are always running at 200 PSI. You don't need to run them over 200 PSI. You can run them a little bit under 190 to 200 PSI. And you never, ever, ever adjust velocity through the regulator for any reason. Keep the regulator set 200 PSI and you adjust velocity through the velocity adjuster, not through the regulator. So on this particular gun, to do that, we would take an Allen key. Doesn't matter the particular size, it just has to be small enough to get into the hole. There's a slot back here, which you can actually move it out of the way. You can slide that piece forward, and that gives you access to a wheel that turns on the inside there. Now the wheel has holes cut in it so that you can put an Allen key in it and you can turn the wheel. That is going to increase or decrease your velocity. On the Mini or the Axe, you would put an Allen key in the back of it to adjust the velocity. But seeing as though you can't get to the back of the gun because of the stock, you have to do it from the bottom. So that's how you adjust velocity. Don't adjust velocity through the regulator. You'll end up ruining your gun. Moving forward, along the top side here, you've got your two sights, which are removable. If you don't like them, you can take them off and mount something else to the rail system on the top. The feed neck is removable. It's got the quick release button here. Slide it forward. There's a notch cut out in the rail system right here, which lets this pop right off. We put it right back on, drop it in, lock it in place right there. Makes it for a super simple cleanup if you break paint inside there or whatever. Makes it really easy. Rails on both sides of the foregrip here, plus a rail along the bottom. If you do not like this foregrip, you can pull it off, put something else on there. The rail system is universal. You can put anything you want on there. Moving around to the bottom side here, this is just a place to put your battery. Your battery drops into this slot right here. It's a 9-volt battery. It's got marks plus and minus right there, so make sure you orient your battery in the proper direction. Put it in there, and then you just push it right in there. That connects your battery up into the gun, making the gun charged and ready to go. So if your battery goes dead, it's very, very simple to change. You don't need to get your keys out and take apart the gun or anything like that. You can just drop it open, if I can reach it, pull that out, pull the old battery out, put the new one in, push it back in, and your gun's ready to go, brand new battery. We talked about the regulator. We've got a fire selecting switch right here. There's 4 positions on the gun. One of them is your safety position. So the S at the top is safety. It does not stand for semi-auto or anything like that. It is basically just your safety position. You've got F1, F2, and F3, and those are programmable depending on the firing mode you want in there. Semi-auto, ramping, NXL, PSP, whatever you want, you can define those settings and set them for each of those slots that you have available. Brake beam eye system inside of there. You can turn it on, you can turn it off. Dual detent system on there. So basically it's got all the features of really any gun that you could ever want. Shoots like a Mini or an axe, so they're smooth and they're accurate. The only downside for me for this gun is the fact that in order to do the maintenance or anything on the gun, you do need to separate the gun apart. If you want to get to the bolt guide and the bolt, you need to take the side off or separate the gun apart. So your maintenance is a little bit harder than the Mini or the axe, but you're still getting that shooting platform that those provide. Now for the barrel, it comes with this Apex 2. Obviously this is cocker threaded, so if you want to run some other barrel in there, by all means you can. But the Apex barrel that comes with it is pretty cool. It's got the adjusting slider on the front here so that you can put a spin on on the paintball, giving it that backspin, and you can make your BB kind of, you did it again, make your paintball move in the direction that you want it to. Obviously, certain paintballs are a little bit more brittle than others, so not every paintball is going to run through the barrel perfectly. Brittle paint, once it hits the rubber guide at the front here, giving it that spin, it's possible to break them. So you always want to start with the spin turn basically all the way off and slowly increase it for the paint that you're using until you find that point of too much spin, causing problems, and also where you're getting it to work the way you want it to. So with the barrel straight up and down, obviously like this, the ball is going to have backspin on it if you're putting spin on it, and it's going to lift up in the air. But if we rotate the apex to side, that vertical spin becomes a horizontal spin, and the ball will curve left or right. Or if you turn it all the way upside down, it'll curve down to the ground. So this does give you the ability to potentially shoot around things if people are hiding behind stuff. It's not going to give you this crazy like 90-degree angle whip, to your paintball, but it will give it an arc to it. So you can move the paintball around if you have the time while you're playing to, monkey around with your barrel and try to shoot someone behind a tree or something like that. But it definitely can work. So it's a cool little feature that comes with the gun. You don't need to use it. Obviously, you can just turn the spin all the way off and just shoot it like a normal straight barrel. So it gives you both features. So the gun has a lot of stuff going for it. It's a great shooting platform based on, like I said, the Mini and the axe. So you know that the function is there. You just get it in a bigger setup with the accessories that you see here and the ability to add a bunch of stuff to it. So if this is something that you're interested in, check it out. Definitely. The TM-15 limited edition comes in a couple different colors. So check the website for color availability and order yours now through ANSgear.com.